This time you're almost fully nude.
It's just fucking summertime. Are we in? Are we rolling?
Yeah, we're rolling. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to How to Act in a Restaurant, the podcast. With me and my co-host, Chef Alan Byers. Okay, I did want to do actually a few little housekeeping bits, as they say in the biz, to announce that one, Yeah, I'd Hang Out with Her is going on summer break. That is my first and other Substack. It's my memoir Substack. You might or might not read it. If you don't, you should. Alan doesn't read it.
I get it. I live it. I live that shit, so I
Which
don't
is
have to
fine.
read it. I catch the Cliff Notes.
Basically, all of that is to say that I will be able to dedicate a little more energy to how to act in a restaurant and figure out a more consistent posting schedule as far as essays and podcasts go.
Will one be more than the other? Are you going to do more podcasts? Or are you going to do more?
I don't really know. I really like it as a podcast.
Okay.
I really do. I like it as, I should say, a video / podcast. And I'm trying to direct them so that they could be listened to without the video component and still be enjoyable.
Got it.
So a podcast, but
my face is mainly made for television.
Right. That is
just
true.
a heads up.
Not a face for radio on this one. You know what I mean? You ever heard it? Yeah. I wanted to talk about something that you and I talk about a lot in this household and a lot with our friends, and that is hospitality. I'll get the ball rolling here. I think that this is more of a front of house conversation, as you know, we've targeted the guests a lot, and I have had quite a number of people come to me with concerns, with feelings of guilt, bashfulness, upset that they don't know how to act in a restaurant. And so we're going to go easy on you, the guest, this week. And I would like to speak to hospitality from the perspective of a server and a front of house staff. And then I would love your...
Yeah, I could weigh in on hospitality and what's important to me. Is that what you're looking for? Like, what
I
do I
think so.
like? What do
Yeah,
I
think so. Just like a conversation about it. Because ultimately, to me, what hospitality is caring and giving care and showing care for other people. And both of us are huge fans of the book Unreasonable Hospitality by Will Guidara. Everyone should read that.
Read that. Pick that one up.
Definitely. And he is very explicit in that book about saying that hospitality spans way outside of just the food and beverage industry. It can be applied in any single industry and in your life in general. So just saying that as sort of a jumping off point, I think that one of the biggest issues that restaurants specifically come up against is finding people who genuinely do care enough to provide actual hospitality. Right. And because of that, it's almost like a lost art at this point. And I think it's like a real shame. Do you have any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, hospitality has always been that, like, if you've read the book Unreasonable Hospitality, you see the guy go to the table and then he's like, you hear the guest talking like, oh, we didn't even get a hot dog while we were in New York. And then they were like, oh, wait right here. And then they go and get a hot dog, or they make it fake snow outside. Like, there's extra steps that have nothing to do with the restaurant even. Mm-hmm. And then they've locked in and zeroed in on that and been like, let me just go out of my way to do this kind of stuff, just because it makes them feel good to give. Like, mm-hmm. It feels better to give than to receive. 100%. Those kind of people are built for hospitality.
Right.
And I love that kind of stuff. So I love too when we're like, you know, full blown like Aria, Jerry Clascala, like Andreas, who just took over at Aria, same kind of way. Like, he's one of those guys that's just like,
he's
very
amazing.
Professional. He goes to the Welcome Conference mm-hmm. every year. Just those guys that I would always see, like, you know, they touch the table and they come by, like those kind of guys that can, you know, read a chit up there and be like, oh, Mr. Byers, you like your martini this way with this kind of thing and this. Like, those things are really important. And it's also really important to have people, just I mean, if I'm speaking about this, I think I'm just really excited to be around people that, better to give than receive.
Yeah.
Like when I'm around that kind of people in hospitality, it's just me and them just smiling, like hyping each
Yeah.
other up, being
I
like, all
agree.
right, yeah, dude, I'm gonna sell a t-shirt. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm gonna do this.
Yeah,
Like,
I totally agree. I think also to that point you were making earlier about 11 Madison Park and their completely over the top hospitality in like the most magical and whimsical way. I think that even on the smaller end of the spectrum, I'll give a specific example. I had two guests who were on a date. They had ordered a bottle of white to start. So I had gotten their bottle open. They were kind of, enjoying their wine, but while they were looking over the menu, they ended up ordering a venison to start and then a fish for their main, which typically the pairing would go a white with fish. You would want maybe something, you would probably want a red with the venison. So they were sort of regretting not getting a glass of red to start. So I went to the bar and I poured them each just like a,
a
1 ounce
skosh.
pour, a skosh of red, and brought it over to their table so that they had a taste of red wine with their venison. And it was like it blew their minds.
Yeah,
And
it
that's
never it
such
never
a
takes
simple,
yeah, it never takes much to blow people's minds.
it really
Usually, it's
doesn't. It's
just
just
like
care and
going
it's
an extra
thought.
mile. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I think that's like kind of what I'm trying to like dig down into in this conversation is the point that it's just taking a little time and thought to really make somebody's day. It's not that hard. It's very simple. And I always say that hospitality is the best part of serving because the idea that you get to be part of a couple or a family's lexicon of memories of the best nights of their life is so cool.
yeah. And I mean, they remember that stuff forever too. And it's
Yes.
like, oh, you were the guy that poured us that little like splash of whiskey or whatever at the end of the night that was on the house. Like, dude, like I hate to separate normal people from restaurant people, but a normal person getting that beer's on us.
Yeah.
Like I don't give a fuck if that beer was given you for free from a rep and
It
whatever. But
feels
it's like
amazing.
when you see one of those, you're like, oh my god! And they paired a beer with my dinner, and it was free, and it was on the house, and they were so nice and caring. Like that kind of stuff always makes a difference. Or like
Mm-hmm.
they remember you when you come in. I think it is a rare breed. How do you think moving forward? I'm sure everybody deals with it. Like, you're filling your whole restaurant full of like gig pro or people that work for Aramark and
Yeah,
then come
sure.
in and they're going to work forever. How do you think you should combat that and just be like, how do you get more good people in? Or do you
I
focus on,
Well, I do, and I stick by this across any industry. I do firmly believe that every team works from the top down to the bottom. So
mm,
I think that first and foremost, you need an owner and then a GM and then your AGM or whoever understanding the power and the beauty and the grace that comes with hospitality and being able to communicate that to your servers, because ultimately it's just a missed opportunity for connection with somebody else. And like you said at the beginning, that it just feels so good to give. You get so much from giving like that.
so you think it would be better just like, because I think I always try to think about in my head, I'm like, how do I broadcast, hey, we only want good people? You know what I mean? Or is it like, I think the way I manage people and the way I bring people in or the way I do anything is like, I could bring in some guy that, has literally rubbed two rocks together in a kitchen
I
and that's
Yes,
it.
and
And
I
then I
love
could
that you do that.
be like, hey, what's up, man? This is a really good time we're having. Would you like to have a good time? And then I just treat them like, hey, this is how we do things. This is the bar. This is how we do
Yeah.
things here. I think it's very hard to get people to come in. Like if I wanted
I
to open up,
agree. Yeah. I see what you mean. Like, how do you draw someone in to even like
yeah,
apply for the job?
like a hotel. Like if you're
Mm,
opening up a hotel, dude, you're gonna need a lot of staff, and you're gonna need a lot of
yeah.
people who are like excited about folding linens.
Well, and I do actually, I think that a lot of hotel staff come from hospitality background already. Like a lot of people still do actually go to school for hospitality,
Yeah,
which is so cool. And you can see the difference. Like people who are actually trained, it's pretty amazing. But then kind of like what you're talking about, which is if people are coming in with a general enthusiasm, that's like almost enough, you know? I don't
Yeah.
know. I think it's tough because there's obviously levels of service. There's just, diners and very casual, casual restaurants. And then you go all the way up into like fine dining where your guest is absolutely going to be expecting a higher level of hospitality.
Also, yeah. Also, a serious point though, there is hospitality available in all those places. You can get it at a gas station,
100%.
at a
Yes.
taco stand, at the St. Regis. Like there is opportunity for hospitality in every single one of those things, and it's always the little things that make the difference. I think is
I
the
think so
biggest
too.
thing to take away.
Well, and I think that the biggest takeaway from that too is that that's why people come back.
Right.
People come back to you because they had a great experience. They bring people back to you because they had a great experience. They're like, I'm dying to introduce you to this bartender we met the other night. We had such a good time. And then, you walk in with your friends, and the bartender's like, oh my God, Alan, it's so good to see you. Here's your martini, whatever the hell.
Right.
And then, like, your friends are impressed. It's just like, it's such a cool thing. And like, I think in the world of restaurants, it just creates that like very special sort of community feeling too.
And I always talk about a snake eating its tail. Like it
Mm.
just kind of keeps rolling, but it's like you show hospitality to someone, it just pays it forward. I guess what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Like I show hospitality to somebody, they have a really good time. They walk outside, they're nice to this guy. Perfect world. This is very perfect world,
Yeah, yeah,
Alan. Like
yeah.
whenever I cry and watch Little Miss Sunshine, this kind of shit happens.
Only the last
But
scene. You've
it's
never actually seen the movie. That's a fact.
didn't need to do that
Well,
in front
that's
of
something that you lied
everybody
to me
in
about in the
here.
beginning of our
The
relationship.
last scene is very important to me. It's Little Miss Sunshine makes me cry every time. But honestly, yeah, this beer,
Yeah.
this guy Matt, one of the regulars, brought beers in on his birthday. He brought beers in for the kitchen crew because he
Oh,
heard this
wow.
podcast and he was like, "Hey, yeah, brought the beers. Listen to the podcast." And it's just like full
Oh my
blown
God, that's
rotate. Like
so cool. That's so cool.
it's just like,
Well, this is also why I wanted to take a break on the guests because you guys are great and I know and I hope that you're trying your best.
you
And
think you're
thank
being
you.
too mean?
No, I don't think I'm being too mean. Everybody deserves to hear what they've
A
heard.
lashing.
Yes. Everybody needs to act right. That's a fact.
Just
But
be nice to the hostess. It's fucking
just
crazy.
be nice, period. I mean, honestly. But I do think that it does go both ways. And there are plenty of really bad servers. I did have a friend who was like, I put my plates on the side of the table and the server never came and took them. I promise I'm not trying to keep the plates. I was like, it's okay. There are bad servers out there. Duh. Like, yeah, you experience that.
They're all bad.
That's not true. That's not true. But I do actually, unfortunately, think that you're often experiencing someone who doesn't really care. It's either a placeholder job, which I 100% understand. I have resented serving for a lot of my tenure of serving, but still, when I've really gotten down to the nitty gritty of what being a server is, it is, to be redundant, literally the opportunity to serve your community, which is like a really beautiful exchange. And it's not to be taken lightly. I really don't think it is. I really just think you can make somebody's day and give them an experience they'll remember for the rest of their lives. And if you're not going out of your way, because also some guests don't want that. Obviously,
Sure.
some people want to get in and out. That's fine. I'm talking about the obvious chance to really connect with someone and give them a memorable experience.
Two 19-year-olds in a tuxedo with a candle between them.
You know what's crazy though? In Atlanta, all of the teenagers that I ever waited on knew how to tip, which was really impressive. Yeah, parents, way to go on that. The parents in Atlanta, way to go. Yeah.
I mean, I always knew how to tip too. I mean, still, that's all I ever know is 20%. My mom said,
At the
scoot
minimum.
it over times 2.
That's good. That's really good.
I've
That's a
only-
good life skill.
I've only, yeah. I just know that I haven't tipped somebody one time. And it wasn't good.
Oh, I'm glad you remember that.
I remember them very well. Anyways.
That's a story for another podcast.
Yeah.
Anyway, if you have thoughts about hospitality, leave them in the comments below. Or if you're just listening to this in your car, maybe, I don't know.
Rattle them around in your head until you see us in person. Here's our address below. Come to our house.
Like 134 people watched this on YouTube.
Shit. That's a lot of people.
It automatically, any video that I post on Substack automatically posts to YouTube. So like we're basically YouTube stars.
Oh, sick.
Yeah. Well, it's about time.
Yeah, right.
Honestly.
I'm glad I didn't have to do anything. I'll just ride these coattails back.
Well, now that you're nude and showing everybody these gams.
That's it. Yeah. Summer boy. Thanks, Austin Archer at Only You Tattoos.
That's a good plug. Okay. Well, do you have anything else that you want to say?
That's it. I think just be nice.
Yeah, be nice.
It's pretty hospitable. It's pretty easy to fucking do that.
That's honestly so true.
Mm.
That's so true. Okay, please subscribe to How to Act in a Restaurant and I'd hang out with her. That's exactly right. We'll be back soonish. Oh, in the meantime, I am also working on essentially the definitive guide to restaurants, bars, and lunch spots in Atlanta. And that will be rolling out in the next couple of weeks as well. So be on the lookout for that. And if you have any questions, concerns, or elaborations, please DM us at How to Act in a Restaurant on Instagram.
See ya.
Bye. Oh, this is our Tiki God of Wealth. That Alan won. Alan won it. Alan won it.
That
Alan
from Sean.
Thanks, Sean.